Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to I Guess So. And yeah, this is
Hello,
this is Sisley.
and this is Pao.
Plus today, we've decided. Well, this is very long overdue. It's been a while since we've talked. It's been almost a year now. We've been telling each other, we should start a podcast or whatnot. But yeah, so here goes nothing, right? So how are you, Pao? How's today for you?
What? This is so awkward. Well,
Anyway,
today was pretty chill.
all right.
Yeah.
That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Today was fairly chill, I guess. Also, pero yeah, it's chill na hindi because you still have work and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's get to the meat and the potatoes. Today we're gonna be talking about life after music school.
Damn, we went to music school.
Yeah. If you didn't know, Pao and I went to music school. We went to De La Salle College St. Benito. Represent! Anyway, so we went to CSP for music production, and we finally finished.
Yeah.
Um,
And take note, we had to experience college in the pandemic.
yeah. So during the pandemic, it was a time. It was a time to be
Yeah.
alive. I wouldn't say it's like a good time or a bad time. I would say it was a time. Right? It was
Yeah.
something. It was something else. But yeah, I guess today we're just gonna be talking. I guess there's no outline here. This is props. You know what I mean? There's nothing going on in this. I know. Pero yeah. I guess for the most part, we're just gonna be talking about the struggles of postgraduate or like being a postgraduate or like after graduation. And
But
I'd say,
then, not just the struggles naman. I think there are like
yeah,
really beautiful things
yeah,
din naman.
I'd say there are also pros and ano. Um, pero yeah, let's start with the cons of like, hindi man cons I guess, parang what were the struggles, yun na lang. Parang what were the struggles of academic life, I'd say.
But wait, we're talking about the struggles of academic life, but then
Post.
this podcast is about after music school.
Oo nga pala. We're gonna
We're
start
not
again.
prepared.
We're gonna start again.
It's fine. Go.
So I guess post no just context, right? So again, we both went to Binil. It was a time to be alive again. I guess on my end, the struggles post graduation. So I just graduated this year. Um, graduated March this year. It was fun. It was a time. It was a time to be alive, I'd say. But um, post graduation, the struggle, especially being in a creative
Yeah.
field or in the creative industry, the struggle is finding a job. Cause like I'd imagine if I'm not saying like it's easier to get a job as an engineer or as a teacher, whatever, right? But as creatives, there's really no defined um, parang walang defined na okay, after you graduate you can go into a firm, an
Yeah.
engineering firm, or some
Yeah.
or you can go to teach in a school or whatnot, right?
I think walang specific din kasi there were no specifics on like let's say you took accounting. So technically you're an accountant.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you're in the creative like industry
yeah.
and for example, us both, we were in music. There was no like, okay, since you play guitar, you're just a guitarist. No, it's more of like
Yeah.
technically you became a jack of all trades.
Yeah, lalo in music prod. Music prod's very like
Yeah.
all around that sort of vibe. So I guess for me like the struggle was finding something stable, because for the most part creatives are freelancers for the most part, right? So that means there are times where you don't get gigs, you don't get whatnot. When I was in college, I did gigs on gigs on gigs on gigs on gigs. I took on all the gigs. I said yes to all the gigs.
As a friend, I felt pretty concerned for you back then because like, are you still sleeping?
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I live fairly far away from the gig places, so I remember just being super. I would say I guess just overwhelmed, not just with gigs, but like just with life. Things happen, right? Just in general, like life just gets pretty intense.
Life just gets to become life.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It just life just develops, right? And so, I guess on like in my end, like how do you make that stable? Like sure, you get paid for your gigs and whatnot, but like again, there are months where it's like there's nothing. You know what I mean? Most notably, that's like July, August,
Yeah.
June, July, August. That time there's really nothing going
It's
on.
like ghost months.
Yeah, exactly. Like I mean, sure, it's cool to be staying at home and just chilling, vibing, but like if you again if you want to go out or you want to eat or something, hindi
Yeah.
masyado you know what I mean? Like hindi siya masyado sustainable, I guess. Just
Yes.
sitting at home. So I guess just finding something stable was that for you. What about you? What was your struggle or like post graduation? What were the concerns in your head or whatnot?
Well, me, post-grad, well, I lost my dad kasi, di ba? Like, parang weeks before graduation day. So, the struggle for me was filling his shoes parang as the breadwinner. But I think I'm blessed enough naman na where I interned, I got hired na din.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe that's my main struggle. I mean, I think until now, but like, just I'm looking at the bright side of things. I think yun na lang din yung kinakapitan
Yeah.
ko. So, I think in every situation, there's always light at the end of every tunnel.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so again, like totally different. I know. For me, like my only concern was
Yeah.
finding a job. For her, it was like going over that whole, her dad and passing away and whatnot. But yeah, I guess one of the other struggles is how to be consistent. I'd say like because when you get
Yeah.
a day job. I mean, we both have day jobs. We're workmates. If you have a day job as like coming from a creative standpoint,
Oh, also, we work in advertising, so it's like,
yeah. So like the
go,
discipline,
like, deadline.
yeah,
So
the
it's like that.
discipline of that coming from, um, you're an artist. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you wake up whatever time.
Yeah, coming from that kind of routine every day, na
Yeah.
like literally there was no routine.
No routine.
We
Just
got to like mature like in a snap and like
Yeah.
okay, you have to wake up. This is your routine. This is your
yeah, because isn't that what life is sometimes? Like life just snaps you in your and it's not gonna wait for you, right? It's not like life is gonna be like, all right, you should take your time. I mean,
yeah.
that's for another topic, maybe later. But like, it's not like life is gonna baby you into adulthood. It's not,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like sometimes life just happens. You know what I mean, and you have to take a step. You have to be there agad. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
People would always say, no, by now you should know this, and particularly the struggle is, it's like I'm really young. It's like, I don't know. I don't know anything. Like I don't know anything about handling finances and
Yeah.
how to like how to make sure I have money to spend every day, like budgeting your
Yeah.
stuff. Before you wait on your parents to
And sometimes it's yun lang yung common things.
mismo.
So meron ka pang like sometimes you just sit and like, whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah, sometimes you just feel like parang
it's overwhelming.
okay, this is life. This is this is my story.
Tama. Like, you know how people say, "Oh, you're carving your own story or you're carving
Yeah.
your own path."
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that in itself is fairly scary. You know what I mean? It's like I'm carving my own path, like legit.
Yeah.
I didn't. No one told me this. So it's like now you have responsibility for your
Yeah.
life. You know what I mean? Um, so I guess those are again some struggles. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
for again post graduate stuff. Do you have anything to add or something?
Well, since we just talked about the struggles, I think if I were to ask you,
Yeah.
okay, we talked about struggles, but like, w- what's the beauty in it so far for you?
In the struggle, or
Or
like
maybe not like, okay, you can answer with like, what's the beauty for you in the struggle? And then you can also answer na like, what's like the literal general
yeah,
beauty in it for
okay.
you?
Sige, for yung first one, parang the beauty in the struggle is like, yeah, you're you're knowing yourself better as a person. Like you realize, hey, like I can do this. You know, like I wouldn't be able to do this, or I didn't see myself capable of doing this.
Like, oh, kaya ko pala to.
Yeah, exactly.
That.
Yun nga, di ba? Oh, damn, I can buy my own stuff. I can buy my own shoes. I can buy my own whatever.
Yeah.
Right? So, ayun, it's a vibe. So Francis is here. Everyone say hi to Francis.
It's his birthday
It's his
today.
birthday. Everyone say happy birthday, Francis, in wherever you're watching this from, right? But yeah, so it's like I guess yeah, the beauty in the struggle is yeah, you get to know yourself and you
Yeah.
and I guess like I wouldn't say forcing yourself, but like really disciplining yourself every day to show up. Um, that makes you, I guess, like more confident as a person. You know what I mean? Um, like hey, I'm disciplined to show up
Yeah.
every day, even if things are pretty intense or like things aren't really going exactly my way. I have to show up because like my team needs me. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
there's a sense of pride in that thing. I um, remember one time my creative head at work represent Kerplunk. My creative head at work told me we were having this discussion, right? We were having this discussion where I was gonna go do something and then like um, I forget what happens, but he told me make sure you show up. Don't let the team down. And I remember him just telling me that, and I was like, oh wow, like I play
Yeah.
a role now. Like I'm not just some
It's like people rely on you.
yeah. Like I'm not just some
You're in a team.
yeah, exactly. Like I'm not just some kid, you know, I'm not just some kid waiting for parents to give me money or something. Like oh, like
Yeah.
people actually count on you now. Like if you don't submit this on time, the whole team's gonna be pilay or whatnot, right? So I guess there's beauty in that in knowing that hey, like I'm part of this thing, and
Yeah.
there's a certain pride you get with that. Um, yeah, and I guess just in general, the cool things, just, again, being able to buy yourself nice stuff. I
Yeah.
remember if you guys are fans of Twice, I remember I think Momo was asked, parang, why do you work or something? Or parang she was like, I work so I can buy good food. That is so
Relatable
so
now.
relatable now. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's not like I work just to eat well, but it's I guess it's one of the reasons. Like, I work, work, so that when I find a nice coffee shop,
Yeah.
I can
Oh.
buy right. I can buy a nice drink. You know what I mean? I can enjoy myself. I don't have to make the bed and whatnot. Again, these are things that
Yeah.
you see that growth, diba? When I was younger, have to wait for my parents, I have to wait for my mom, my
And
dad.
then you ask, and then sometimes they say no.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And again, it's totally understandable.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm taking that against them. Oh, my parents don't love me because they didn't leave me flat white and something. But
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like now, I can do it. You know what I mean? Like now, I can buy myself pretty cool
Yeah.
shoes, and I can buy myself, pretty awesome clothes and whatnot. I can get a flat white from wherever, Auto Good Shit,
Bolo.
Bolo, from Annex House. Man, I'm the
CrossFit
coffee
ethos.
from CrossFit ethos. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can, or we can buy stuff now. You know what I mean? So, I guess just having that sense of like, oh, you know, what's that saying? Malayo pa, pero malayo na. You know what I mean? Like, look how far you've come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I guess just seeing that na, when I was in college, I was just a kid who always had goals. I mean, I went to class.
Yeah, you used to sniff a lot.
Yeah,
in
I
college.
used
It was
to.
always like,
Yeah, all the time, you guys, all the time. I guess now, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
just seeing that progress, I guess, is.
Ah,
There's
proud
a-
of you.
Yeah, diba? I mean, there's a sense of pride in that.
Yeah.
There's a sense of pride in that, and yeah. Ikaw ba? What? Ano, I've been rambling too long.
Aside from the struggles,
Yeah, but aside from the struggles, like
Well, I
what are the
think-
nice things or?
one of the nicest things that happened to me, like life after music school, was like, okay, I met a lot of people in Benilde, but then I thought yun lang yung circle na yun.
Yeah.
But then I came here and then like, okay, ang daming magaling. Ang daming like people that I learned from a lot. And like, they're not really, yung age gap naman, hindi din naman sobrang layo.
Yeah.
But like, I think one of the most beautiful things that I've digested, I guess, after music school is that the people around me are like, okay. Other than having my people back in college, like,
Yeah.
okay, my kind of people, they are also like growing. And I see na parang, okay, for example, this creative head that I look up to, parang, okay, I see him and like I idolize this person. But then I can also see na, okay, they're also human.
Yeah. That's
And
true.
I think that's really something that humbles someone.
Ito.
And also like, for example, I got to learn from them. So I get to pass it on to them, to other people. Ayun. I guess that's one of the most like
Beautiful things.
beautiful
na-
things that I've learned.
Yeah, and I guess also like just parang piggybacking off of that na, like knowing that your heroes, I guess they're also human. Let's say, you're a music student, and seeing these people na you idolize and whatnot,
Yeah.
and then you see them in real life, and they have their struggles too. They have all this and all. It's like, okay, like.
Tao lang din pala sila.
Exactly. I guess I don't know. There's a sense of security, I guess, in that. Na,
Yeah.
like, it's not. I'm not the only one struggling here. Like these
Yeah.
guys, don't just have music, I guess, on them. I feel like that's another thing that if you're a music student, I mean, you went to music because you like music. I'm sure. You know what
Yes.
I mean? I mean, you wouldn't waste your time on a 3.5 year course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just out of vibes and whatnot. Although, sure, I guess there's some of you who are, pero I'm sure you like music, right? But then again, when you, after graduation, you start to realize, hey, there's more to life
Yeah.
than music.
Sometimes nga, like, when I go out, like, okay, I work with music, like, almost every day.
Yeah.
Every day I'm on my headphones. And then when I step out of the room, sometimes when I drive home, I just want, like, I'm not gonna play the radio.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play any music.
Silence.
Yeah. Like, sometimes there's music in the silence that you hear. There's music outside, like, the sound of, like, cars. The
Tama.
sound of, like, people just talking from afar.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
You learn something new, really, about yourself, wherever you are.
Tama. That's true. So, ayun. Yeah. I guess that's something I struggled with a lot is just really not defining myself with the music I make, um, or like the music I do. I guess there's a point in time where again we're artists, we're
Yeah.
musicians.
I think, yun nga, parang yung sinasabi din nila na change is the only thing
Constant
that's
thing.
constant.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess just having that, again, that in my whole identity was anchored in
Just the guitar.
just the guitar or like the people I work with and
Yeah.
whatnot. Again, but then after, after music school, you realize there's other interesting people who don't
Yeah.
care about music, and it's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Music doesn't have to be your whole. But again,
Yeah.
music is still a
Yeah.
huge thing. Huge. It's a huge part of our lives. Again,
Yeah. I guess it's like, what do you call this? There's this thought that came to me na parang a few days ago na parang the world is really, really big.
That's true.
But then, you are what makes up the world.
Tama.
So like, with whatever you do, just go for it.
That's true. For however big the
Good or
world,
bad,
yeah.
beautiful and ugly. So
For however big the world is,
you're
you play
yeah.
you play a role in that. We play a role in that. 'Cause again, like I said a while ago, like if I took a leave if I able just all of a sudden, it's not like
people rely on you.
people rely on you, no matter
Yeah.
how small you think your
Yeah.
role is you're saying you're in a band or you're in a
Yes. And I guess it's also important na, okay, people rely on you, but then it's important that those people also get to like understand, like if something really bad or something really that like, really bad happens to you, they would understand why you would need to take a time off.
rest. Yeah,
Or like sometimes it's important that people check up on people as
yeah.
well.
That's true. So I guess that's it for me. Are there other questions? Okay, this is the only time. How to deal with uncertainty and finding your first gigs or projects. This is our last it's our last topic, I guess, for the day. So just
Yeah.
keeping it short, right? But I guess, how do you deal with the uncertainty, and how do you find how did you find your gigs and your first gigs, your first projects and whatnot? How do you deal with that? Also, sorry, before I say this, I always ask this to every musician I know, or like every musician stream I watch. How do you deal with the anxiety of making it?
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah, that's really intense, right? How do you deal with the anxiety of making it as a musician or as an artist? Or I guess not just that, it's just in general. But since this is life after music school, as a musician,
Yeah.
how do you deal with that? You know what I mean? What do you think about?
Me? Do I answer first?
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
How do I deal with anxiety? Well, I've been singing since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's something I can't let go of.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe even if I'm feeling anxious and everything, I've got my best friend, which is singing.
Yeah.
So even if like, what what's this like saying that like do it scared, do it
Oh,
anyway.
Yeah.
Ganon. And like, I don't know. Before I'm a solo artist, and before I used to like just do minus ones instrumentals. But then it's also important that like your friends are there for you. Like, Pau Band is there, so I feel important. I feel like it's important na even if I'm scared, I'm doing it anyway.
That's true.
And then it's a bonus na even if I'm scared, I'm doing it anyway, and I'm doing it with the people I love. I'm doing it with the people that like care about me, that I care about, and like, we're just having fun. And like bottom line naman is music should always be fun.
That's true. If music isn't
Yeah.
fun, if music isn't fun, then the gig is paying. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That's up. Yeah. Anyway, but I guess for me, I remember asking a couple of people. I remember asking on the stream of what's his name, Ian Kirkpatrick, right? Producer of Dua Lipa and all that. I remember asking him the same question: how do you deal with the anxiety of making it? And he said, you never get over the anxiety of making it. You know what I mean? Because like again, he's Dua Lipa's producer, you guys. And then he said, it's a Friday. I remember that was a Friday.
You were just
Yeah,
scrolling.
I typed on his stream. It was a Friday Friday night. Usually Friday nights, that's the time for you to go out. That's the time for you to know. But he was still working that time, and he said, I guess it's the anxiety again of making it. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you haven't done enough, haven't done enough. Um, but I guess again, it's very easy to fall into that trap of like I haven't done enough, or I'm not doing anything, or I'm struggling to find my place. I remember I was telling some of my friends, I was telling Paolo, so like I'm struggling to find my spot in music, because not because like I'm not skilled or anything, because I know I know my capabilities, right? I know what I can do. But I guess when you start comparing yourself to other people, I feel like that's where the anxiety comes in. When you start comparing yourself to other people, again, I was telling some of my friends like I'm struggling to find my spot in music because again I'm a guitarist, right?
And you can do a lot of things. And you're really passionate about many, many things. Which is not bad.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't see it as bad.
That's true. But like, yung nga, parang I'm a guitarist and I used to play. Guys, like if you're from CSB, you know, like I used to play, so like kunwari gigs na 5 bands. I used to play for like 4 or 5. You know, like I was that type of guy. Um, Again, my whole identity was based off of that. And then when people started getting other musicians, other guitarists, I started like, oh my God, nawawala na yung ano ko, nawawala na yung skill ko. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm so bad at the guitar. Yeah, I guess that's there's an anxiety in that na parang again when you start comparing yourself
Yeah.
to ano, and again I wanted I wanted to be a solo artist also, you know, sing my own stuff and whatnot. Couldn't, but when I tried to make stuff, it's just you know, it's not
It's
doing
like you
anything.
do it and then
Yeah.
by the end of it you're gonna be like,
Oh yeah, then I see my friends. I'm like, oh my God, my friends are so good. And
Yeah.
again, this is not me like pulling down my friends and whatnot. In fact, I'm proud of all my friends who you know who are doing it big right now, right?
Yeah.
I'm proud of all of them, but like, you know, like oh, I want to do that also. And then when I try it, it's like, parang hindi eh. So I tried the artist thing. I said, okay, you know what, this is not gonna work. Let's try production na lang. Being a producer for whatnot. And I guess I did. I used to do like
You did a few.
yeah, I
you
used to
did
do
a
like
few.
beats for other people and whatnot. But then I hear my friends again. I hear my friends. They're like, God, I mean, they're so good. They're so awesome. They're charting.
I'm giving it to them.
Yeah, I guess that was my mentality. Like, you know what? Sige, like you guys are
Make me proud.
yeah,
Make me
you know
proud,
what I mean?
boy. Like that.
Yeah, like I'm giving it to you, but you know what I mean? Like something inside of me is like, I know I can do it, but like I guess I'm not as good lang as them. So I guess there's that anxiety also. Na parang, but so yeah, producer. You know what? Maybe I'm not cut for that. Let's try mixing. I mean, I'm still working on it. Still working on it. Um,
And I think you're also guided by a
yeah,
lot,
by
like, really great
really
people.
good like engineers and whatnot. Then again, you see your friends and you know, they're so much better than me, so much but like again, that's you know, the anxiety is
Yeah.
there. But I feel like again, as I was saying a while ago, the anxiety
Never stops.
never stops. Like or like yung nagsisimula ng anxiety natin is when you start comparing yourself to, especially
Yeah.
as artists, when you start comparing your craft to another person's craft.
Yeah.
Guys, you could be playing the same song, right? If you're a guitarist, you could play a jazz standard and whatnot. Everyone's gonna sound different with the way
That's
they
true.
play the song. You know why? Because again, you are your own person.
Yeah.
Like you're your own person.
Yes.
I am my own person. You know, So you have something to bring to the table. I guess that's something to think about if you're ever feeling anxious. Hey, I have something to bring to the table. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I remember reading this quote somewhere. Parang, I don't wanna parang all the stories have been told.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? All the stories have been told, and then someone replied, but it hasn't been told by you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
There's all these stories in the world, and sure, let's say all the topics in the world have been written.
Yeah.
There's songs about heartache, songs about finding your first love,
Yeah.
finding. Basta there's
Yeah.
always a feeling for some. There's
Yeah.
always a song about every feeling in the world.
Yes.
And so if you start thinking about that, na parang, my God, di na ako di na ako magsusulat about love kasi marami na ako, may Taylor Swift na naman dyan or something. Like,
Yeah.
sure, there is. But
What about-
like, the world wants to hear your
Point of view.
Yeah, your point of view. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure you have a unique experience and you have something to write about.
Yes.
I have
And-
something to write about. Also.
Yeah. And like, I think to add to what he's saying, it's like there's always to the anxiety. There's always someone who's better than you.
Sure. Yeah, that's true.
But then you have your own color kasi. You have your own color.
I like that.
So like okay, there are many shades of blue.
Yeah.
For example, you're blue. But then there are many shades of blue. And then like the whole spectrum of like the whole color wheel
Yeah.
is like, I think it doesn't fit everyone. So there's a
Tama.
place for you.
Exactly. Like, you're gonna have a market. You're gonna.
Yeah.
Here's an example, right? In my band, Fitter Karma, shout out, boom. Anyway, so in my band, Fitter Karma, there's 3 guitarists.
Yeah.
There's 3 guitarists, and for some others, it's like, oh, that's too much, bro. Like, why do you need 3 guitarists? Each of us bring different flavors to the songs that we play. You know what I mean? Yung isang guitarist namin, si Calvin. Calvin's a really great technical, super fast, super soulful, right? Yeah, he's really amazing, and he brings that flavor. And then what I bring, I don't know, ketchup. I don't know, whatever. What I bring sauce or whatever, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I bring sauciness to stuff. So like
Then again,
inversion.
it's another texture that you add into
tapos-
something.
And then whenever si Jao plays, it's heavy or like light, articulate, that type of stuff. Again,
Emotional.
we all bring different flavors to that. No? So I guess it's the
Yes.
same thing, right? It's the same thing also na parang, hey, you bring something
Yeah.
pretty flavorful,
Yeah.
to the plate, right?
And then we're back to the thing that the world is big, but you are what makes of the world.
Tama,
So,
that's true. Okay, last question. Finding your first gigs or projects. How did you find your first gigs?
after school.
After grad, or after school?
Well, I guess after school. Well, one of our profs kasi told us na when you're in music school, it's not parang, I don't know if badly put, it's not right na you only start working after you graduate. So when you're in music school, parang it's better if like you're in music school, but then you're also starting to like find yourself,
Yeah.
build yourself as an artist, as a musician.
Yeah.
Para it's just tuloy-tuloy after.
Yeah. Tama.
Yeah.
Totoo yun. That prof, Sir Anthony, wherever you are, much love. But yeah, he told that to us.
Yeah.
Parang if you start building your after college pa, it's kind of too late na.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should. That's why I encourage kids, or that's why
Yes.
kids. That's why I encourage like freshmen and like new people who just got MBNs and whatnot. I always encourage them like, hey, you should start gigging, or you should start taking rackets and whatnot. Because again, this is the perfect time to build yourself, because you're still on your parents. You're on your parents' dollar or peso, whatever. Right? You're on your parents, paycheck.
Yeah.
They're sending you to school and whatnot. Now's the time again to start doing all those things.
Tsaka kasi when you enter the life after
Yeah.
like after you graduate, it's an endless like endless days of like discovering something new.
Tama, tama.
It's like you always learn something new about yourself, about other people, about situations, about like you learn something new na akala ko ang galing ko na dito, but then, oh, okay, there's just something new that
Yeah.
I can add into my craft.
Tama, tama. Exactly, exactly. So, I guess
Never
ayun.
stop learning.
Yeah, you just never stop learning. I guess as a as an artist, you know what I mean. Like
Yes.
you just never ever stop. It just keeps going.
Yeah.
So yeah, take your gigs. You know what I mean. Accept that gig. Accept that thesis film with pretty limited budget. Why? Because that's where everyone
Yeah.
starts. I used to do gigs super super cheap, you guys. Like I used to. I mean, I'm still fairly affordable, you guys. Please hire me. Anyway, so I used to do gigs for free, the
Yeah.
whole thing.
For the love.
Yeah, for the love. Because
For the
again,
love.
that's where you start. You gotta cut your
Yeah.
teeth. You gotta cut your teeth in that. Getting.
Yeah.
It's sad, right? I'm not
Yeah.
saying like this is right, but it's sad that sometimes all I get is like 100, 200 pesos. I remember I have a conversation with one of my best friends, Brad Tamaki, you guys, amazing producer. He gave me this financial tracker or whatnot, and I use it, right. And then I remember he was explaining to me how
Yeah.
he uses it. So every time money comes in, he inputs it and whatnot. But then he told me if like the gate share for the gig is like 200 pesos, he doesn't put it na. Kasi what? It's just 200, you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
for Paris or something, whatever.
Yeah.
For an ice cream or whatnot, right? But like again, you start there, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you can't be like insistent on
Yeah.
that's where you start. You start really, really, in the lower ranks. 'Cause again, such is life, and
Yeah.
such is our industry. However sad that might sound, like such is our industry. But then, it builds you, and like here's another thought, right?
Yeah.
If you do it for the money, maybe music is not
Yeah.
something for you, because like music is not gonna make you money. like even your favorite stars and whatnot, they started out.
Yeah. It's always it always started na it's for the love.
It's a passion. It's
Passion.
yeah. Shout out Tyrone. But yeah, it's a passion. You know what I
Yeah.
mean. One of my favorite stories is what's his name? Skrillex.
Skrillex.
Used to make beats raw. I'm not sure if he worked at Walmart or something like that, but he worked there, and then on his break times he would program his music and whatnot. Did you think he did that because you know what, I'm gonna make it big and whatnot? I mean,
Started
maybe,
small.
but like you start there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You start from there. So I guess that's how you get your first gigs and first
Yeah.
projects. Your first gig is always gonna be libre
Yeah. And with your friends.
and with your friends and whatnot, and that's okay. You know what I mean? And that's totally fine.
Yes.
I guess knowing your worth is a totally different.
Yeah.
It's a totally different topic. I guess we can talk about another time.
Yeah.
But when you're starting, or as you're starting as a fresh grad or something.
Yeah.
Or like you're still in college, like we said, taking the gigs. When you take the gigs, it's gonna feel bad. I went here, I paid pamasahe, paid gas pa and whatnot. Tas parang lugi pa ako. I remember nga, what's his name? I remember seeing this meme somewhere. Parang, this year I had like 23 canceled gigs, and I was doing my finances, and I realized that I saved a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? Like sometimes kasi when you go to gigs, lugi ka pa eh. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Lugi ka pa. But again, you have to do it for the love. You know what I mean? You have to love this.
Yeah.
Like music is not something you do for money.
Yeah.
Music is because people will hear that, I guess, in your
Yeah.
music. People feel if your
You
stuff
can't
isn't.
fake emotions.
Yeah, people will feel
Yes.
like, oh, you know what, this guy is just doing this for the money, or this guy is
Yeah.
just, people feel that, you know what I mean.
I guess, wait, going back to the, like, dealing with the anxiety
Yeah.
of making it. I think one of the killers of anxiety, of like thinking about like, will I make it, is your love for doing that.
For music, yeah.
Yeah.
When you go back to why,
Yeah.
why
Going back to why you
why you
started.
started, you see, like, why did I even do music? Did I start music because I wanted, because I want to make money? To be honest, I started playing the guitar because my dad told me to play the guitar, and then
It just
it
developed.
just developed. You know what I mean? I played at church, and I, yeah, did all this stuff.
Yeah.
I started playing in church. When I started playing in church, do you think I thought, you know what, one day I'm gonna make money playing my guitar? No, like legit, I was playing the guitar at church because it was nice. It was fun. You know what I mean? Like your friends see you play. You know what I mean? That whole
Yeah.
vibe. Your friends see you play, and say hi to them and whatnot. And you're on stage. You're playing the guitar. I guess going back to that.
Why you started.
Why you started. That's a good thought, actually. Just remembering why you started.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're gonna get gigs, just
Take it.
take it. And this is what I always say. Also, I say this all the time, right? Say yes to everything. Say yes to all the opportunities. Take every opportunity. And if you don't know how to do it, figure it out on the way.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many gigs because of that. Sure, you're gonna get screamed at. People will get mad at you because you don't know your stuff. But like,
Do it anyway.
that's how we started. You know what I mean?
Don't be afraid to make mistakes as well.
Yeah, don't be afraid to
actually.
make mistakes. Because again, no, everyone's first song is horrendous. Like, just know that. Ed Sheeran, you think Ed Sheeran's first song is Love Yourself or like Thinking Out Loud? Hell no, bro. His first song was probably horrendous also. So if you think
Yeah.
your song's horrendous, everyone's first one was also. If you think, you play the gig and you're like, oh my god, I'm never gonna play a gig again. I played so bad. I played enough. Guess what? Everyone's first gig was
Yeah.
was terrible. They played horrendous. First time I played at church. I was like, what, 8 years old. Horrendous. If I think about, I don't even want to think about. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it.
And then,
I don't even want to think about like just what I did. You know what I mean? It was bad. But then again, you start there. You
Yeah.
start somewhere. So
gotta love the journey.
that's true.
And the
It's all
process.
part of the journey. It's all part of the journey, you guys. So yeah, I guess for the most part, that's it. If you're in college, you're in music school, I guess.
Yeah. It's scary, life in college and then life after. Everything's just
Yeah.
scary. But then just keep
Push
on,
through.
keep on playing, keep on creating, just keep on walking.
Yeah, that's true. Keep on creating,
Yeah.
not because you have to, but because it's part of who you are as a
Yes.
person. As creatives, if we don't create, we're gonna die. You know what I mean? Like it's that
Yeah.
it's literally that. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep loving music. Keep You have anything else to say?
Nope. We'll see you on the next episode.
All right. Again, this has been I guess so.
Please subscribe.
And whatever you have to do, and
Yeah.
share this to your friends. If you have a
If the things that we say resonate to you,
tell your friends and
yes.
make sure they listen. All right.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.